Next First Sunday, kicking off the new year on the first day of the year. It's the First Ladies of Comedy.
Gospel comedian Akintunde often talks relationships and his routines, all aimed at bridging the gaps of understanding among the genders. But people say, I know so much about relationships because you know you got that wife and 5 kids. So let's give a big round of applause to our friend Akintunde, who is here in our studios today. Hey, Ak.
Hey, Cynthia. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Oh, man, this is excellent. And, Ak, you know, you and I were talking because you're having an event that's coming up on January 1st.
Right.
That is a female-oriented comedy show.
It's First Sundays at the Medallion Center. Every first Sunday is First Sunday. And this Sunday, it is the First Ladies of Comedy.
On the 1st, January 1st.
January 1st.
Will be the First Ladies of Comedy. Sorry, go ahead.
The First Ladies of Comedy. And then on that same show, we decided to have a panel discussion, an open panel discussion, where we are having males and females, and just having the discussion. What do women want and what are men looking for?
Right.
And the bottom line of it is to have some good, frank conversation. Because dialogue, I think dialogue really is what makes a difference. Communication is where we fall in our relationships a lot of times. So let's just have that and get some frank ideas and figure out what's going on.
Well, you know, when we were doing the promo, when you and I were doing the promo, we just had a ball just talking about the kinds of things that women feel, and it just stirred up all kinds of conversation all over the studio here among the women who are here, because oftentimes, because there's so many more women in the pool, and we are. It almost pits us against each other. It makes us compete in ways that's real crazy. You know, and so it almost feels like, well, heck, it does feel like you have the upper hand.
Well, I think the number one thing is, I think the title is so appropriate. What do women want and what are men looking for? Is because women really should not be looking for men. Men should be looking. What women oftentimes forget is men are hunters, and we like to hunt. We like a challenge. But if you give in too easy, there is no challenge. So if you have to make sure that there's enough of a fight and enough of it's like anything, whether that's
a mess.
Wow.
That's a mess. You know what? That's a mess.
Wow.
It's the truth.
It may be, but it's a mess because women feel like the competition is so great among women until they feel like if they don't succumb to some of the pressure, that somebody else is going to step up and step in front of them. And so that makes a lot of women quicker to do things that maybe they wouldn't do because they just want that man.
And that's when you play yourself, and when you play yourself, you get results that you do not want, and then you upset with the results. You have to have and maintain a certain level of standards. Those standards cannot be negotiable.
Well, it's confusing because you all say things that you don't mean.
We do sometimes.
Always
we do sometimes. But if you allow a person, if you vet a person long enough, if you take that time long enough to vet a person, you will find out that they don't mean what they say. But if you give in quick, now it's like,
and that's not uncommon, is it all?
Right, very
common. For them to say things that they don't mean necessarily, because they may mean them at that moment.
I tell my daughters, I have one daughter who's coming up into, she ain't there yet. Admit that clear, she ain't there yet. But she's getting into that dating age, right? I say a man, because of physical things I won't mention on the radio, we will say whatever we got to at that moment. That's built into us. So you have to understand it. So
you come with an inherent flaw.
No, we are hunters.
Yes.
We are hunters. We hunt. And when you hunt, you aim, and you shoot, and you run. So don't be surprised.
That explains a lot.